So, of course, last week we heard the news that Clare Crawley and Dale Moss officially broke up. This time they said it was for good. And Clare posted an Instagram holding her mother's hand. And it seems like she doesn't really want to speak about the details at this time.
No, she wrote, which was very, it's telling in a way when it's just like she's not talking. Like the way she ended this caption. I'll read the whole thing. She said, "I hate that I even have to say this, but in response to all the questions that are coming my way right now, I'm choosing not to speak right now on the details of my relationship because at the end of the day, anyone can put on an act or throw words together to form any narrative they want. What I will speak on is emotionally and physically, I'm going through a lot with healing from my recent surgery still, and my mother being placed on hospice care now. So my energy is focused on grieving, healing, and being present and home here in Sacramento while trying to share and help others going through similar life experiences as I'm sharing today. I'm just thankful for the people in my life who offer genuine, unconditional love with no personal gain and stand by me through thick and thin, all caps, especially when the cameras are off with no accolades. Actions speak for themselves."
I feel like Clare has gone through a lot in her life and is still going through a lot right now. And I think that the best case scenario for her would be to step away from the limelight, Instagram, social media, whatever it is, focus on herself. Don't try and date somebody in the bachelor world anymore. Don't go on the show again. Like, you know what I mean? I think for her own sake and for her own health, that would be the best case scenario.
Yeah, because what a lot of people were also talking about is that at some point, and I didn't see it myself, I only saw screenshots of it after. So I can't personally verify it, but it does seem like this is what happened, is that she tagged Abigail in this Instagram post and then removed the tag. The context there is there was a Dumois post, whatever, last week about how there may have been, the wording that how they word blinds, but it was basically saying Dale at some point had hooked up with Abigail during potentially one of those breaks that they were on more towards the beginning of the year. And this was obviously before Abigail was on Paradise or anything like that. So they had known each other and they think that that's why Clare had tagged Abigail. So is it kind of like a scenario of, oh, Clare finding out that had happened when they were maybe on a break or maybe they weren't on a break? Who knows? But their relationship has been very up and down. And I don't really think Abigail is involved in this right now. Noah posted a video over the weekend where he was like, I'm seeing all these rumors and DMs and stuff, like kind of making a joke. And you can hear Abigail laughing in the background. So they were also, they were spotted out together. So I'm not quite sure if maybe they reconciled after Paradise or if something happened. But the Clare and Dale situation, Rhea, I think you're right. I think I don't know if she meant, it felt like maybe lashing out and then being like, I shouldn't have done that. And now I'm going to just should have just stuck to the Instagram caption. That would have said it all. Hey, there's a lot of people out there who act very differently when the cameras are off and actions speak for themselves and leave it at that. But throw the Abigail tag and makes things a lot messier.
It does make it very messy. And I kind of feel, bad for Abigail in this sense. I also feel bad for Clare just because I feel like she's always going through a lot. But to be tagged in something over rumors and then have everybody think a certain thing about you is probably not fun, especially if she's with Noah, right? Because then it's not fun for Noah. It's not fun for Abigail. I mean, if they're laughing, then it is what it is. But you can laugh all you want. But at the end of the day, those rumors are still going to hurt you and bother you, especially if Claire's tagging you in them and making people go after you, because Clare does have a lot of diehard fans and so does Abigail, of course. But that's just what's going to happen. People are going to freak out if they think that something may have happened between Abigail and Dale. And maybe something did happen, but maybe is when they weren't together. We don't know any parts of this story. We just know that it's going to be a little messy. But I feel like Claire's going to go quiet for a little bit. I feel like we're not going to hear much about this situation going forward.
Yeah, Clare and Dale's relationship, for so long, it felt more like surface level to us, I think, just because it happened so quickly and they didn't even really know each other. And then they get back together. And then the timing of this all is just unfortunate because, like she said, you know, she's at home. Her mother's in hospice care, but at the same time, she did this red table talk with the Estefans that she talked about her sexual abuse when she was younger from a priest that she had growing up, and that Dale, you know, Dale was involved now in this relationship, that she thinks that trauma has affected so many of her adult relationships, and working through those with Dale, and like Dale's been so helpful and they're trying to like open up and build this relationship together. So like that whole story came out last week too, at the same time that this was all going on. So it's a lot of things happening at once for Clare. And it does kind of feel like detach a little bit, let Dale do his thing, because he is going to continue to go out in New York and be Dale and do what he wants to do. And they should just, you know, totally live separate lives right now.
I agree. And I think best thing for Clare is to not pay attention to what Dale's doing, because I think Dale is going to feed into this single New York City life. And I think she needs to work out things in her own life. And I think them not being together is probably the best bet.
Definitely.